So soon you will be going to have few chat links in the chat box, which will be related to your course. Moving forward, you're going to meet your mentor. She's already here with us, and whosoever has joined her session before, I'm pretty sure they'll be aware of her. And then you'll be going to have a dashboard tour along with the demonstrative PPT. Okay, so I hope you all are ready for the same. So hello, Chana, welcome. Please turn on your camera and inform us from which school and city you all are joining us. Why Shravyas is not turning on the camera? I think camera is not working, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Okay. So I want all of you to check your chat box. I have pasted few chat links. First link is of syllabus link. You can check your syllabus on this particular link, wherein you'll get to know what all courses you'll be going to cover for your Olympiad preparation, right? So in case you have not enrolled yet, no need to worry. You can complete your payment process and we'll see you in the classes. Yes, we are always welcome to take up the feedback. So you can fill up this form and we'll get it. In case you want to know more about your batch, you can click on this all batch detail link and you'll get to know. Always feel free to drop us a message about your queries, or you can email us also at support@olympiadscus.com. Yes, we will be going to go live on the Facebook. So in case you find an internet glitch and you will not be able to join us back via Zoom, no need to worry. You can watch this demo live on the page. All right. So now moving forward, I would like to invite your mentor at the platform. Her name is Miss Usha. She's a wonderful mentor. Her classes are very productive. And yes, she is very strict also, which I love always, because then only you can learn something, right? So over to you, Shama.
Good evening, everybody. So I can see a child is still entering the class. Nitya, let's wait for her. So I am Dr. Usha Banerjee. I have got a PhD in computer science. I'm in academic institutes almost for the past 30 years now. And I teach only because of passion. And with Olympiad success also, it's been a number of years now. And most of my students, are repeating students, students who have done, children who have done with me Olympiad success classes in class 6 and then 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, and my focus is on explaining the concepts. So class 8 for me is the beginning of your high school. Class 8, 9, 10. These are the formative years when you're actually strengthening your concepts. So I focus on concepts. I ensure that all of you will understand whatever is taught in the class. It's very important to understand and study and not just simply to mug up. Okay. And today is a demo class. So obviously you're on mute today, but my actual classes are very interactive and you feel free to ask any questions. Until now, I have never faced disruptions in the class, so I'm sure of that. So yeah, and we do loads of questions, numerical start from class 8. So my focus is to explain your concepts. And I think many of you, Shavya is a past student of ours. So I know it. I'm looking forward to the classes and of course the demo also today. Thank you so much, Pooja.
Thank you so much, Usha ma'am. So I hope you all are excited to take classes from Usha ma'am, because I always love to attend her demo with her. So over to you, Megha ma'am, because we'll be going to have a demonstration on the screen. So I want you to be very, very attentive, because I can ask any question from among the PPT.
Thank you, Pooja ma'am. All right, so I hope my skin is visible to everyone. So I welcome you all on the platform of Olympiad Success. So Olympiad Success is the India's largest online preparation platform for Olympiad examination. We are the India's first exclusive live classes for Olympiad preparation. One of its kind yearly program includes courses that matters. We are having 8 courses, School Plus program, mathematics, English, science, logical reasoning, communication, spoken and written, Vedic maths and coding. What else we provide? We provide one-on-one online CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE and IB classes from grade 2 to grade 12 and one-on-one preparation classes for various Olympiads. You can meet our rank holders. These are kids like you only. You just need to spend extra 2 hours from regular studies because Olympiad success is quite little tougher than the regular studies. We are having live Olympiad session, group sessions with around 20 students delivered through Zoom by tutors with significant teaching experience. Having 3 sessions per week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 6:30 p.m. till 7:45 p.m. IST with 5 minutes of break. This session includes mix of theory, practice question, doubt session, and discussion on previous year papers. And student will also get a reading material and practice question which will be available on the platform of Olympiad Success. Student will get a free access to Olympiad Success platform to practice wise, topic wise mock test. So syllabus is available on this particular link, and the fee of this course is rupees 12,264. It is a 55 session course, and payment can be made by using this link. This fees includes online class, daily reading notes and exercise, practice of previous year papers, and access to Olympiad Success platform. What else you required? A laptop or desktop with good internet speed, and laptop or desktop with camera, and headphones for the better audio clarity. So live classes will be starting from April 10, 2020-25. So in 2020-24, Olympiad Success had students from more than 5,000 schools across India and abroad. So this is all about informative PPT. I hope I'm clear to everyone. Show me thumbs up if I'm clear. All right, over to you, Pooja ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Let me share my screen with you all, and then quickly we'll be moving towards our dashboard. I hope my screen is visible to everybody, wherein we need to enter with the URL olympiadsuccess.com, and you will be directed towards this page. Over here, I want you to enter your email ID, with which email ID you will be going to register with us on this platform. So here I'm entering with one of the demo account. Okay. Right. So over here, you'll get your profile details. Check it in case you can find any error, you can rectify it. Going forward, you need to click on live classes. Select your subject, of course, your topic. Over here, you can see the schedule. Schedule will give you the clarity in which session you will be going to go which particular topic. So you can see each and every topic is given over there in your schedule, that you should not miss anything for your preparation. Along, it has been subdivided in the different sessions along with the topics. So after completion of every chapter, there's a test discussion day, right? So that means before one day, you'll be going to get a mock test paper, which you have to complete it at home. And coming in the next class, you will be going to discuss it with your mentor, that in case you have any doubt in any particular chapter, you can get it clear from your mentor. And of course, you need to score well, okay? So in last, you can see there are super classes, which will be very helpful for you. In that, you'll be going to cover a lot many previous year papers, because more and more practice will lead you towards a strong solving path, right? Because Olympiads are little different, and what you have to do, you need to be very quick by writing your answers, choosing your answers, right? So here is a holiday calendar. You can plan your days accordingly. As we are living in North, so we have so many festivals. So here you can see the reading material. So it is given in the detail that you can understand it better. Along with the pictures, of course, pictures makes things a little more simpler to understand. Here are the question answers. So you can see there are two sets. I am going to show you only one. So once you enroll with us, you can have access of this entire material, right? So there are answer keys also, but I want you to solve this paper first and then check your answer keys, okay? Because only this way you'll get to know how much do you know about this particular chapter. So here are the answer keys, right? Moving forward, there are more worksheets for your practice. For that, click on worksheet, select your subject, of course, and here you can get your worksheet. So click on take exam, read instructions carefully, tick this box, start worksheet. So you can see there are so many questions. So I want all of you to answer this first question quickly. The question is on the screen. I want all of you to read and type your answer in the chat box. Let's see how much do you know about your particular topic. The lucky one first answer will be going to get filled. I'm waiting for your answers. Hurry up. Are we serious? None of you know the correct answer. My goodness. Hey, Para. Hey, Nitya. Turn on your camera, everyone. Is it Sai Chiranjeev is the child's name? If not, please rename with the child's name. I want all of you to turn on your cameras because obviously we are meeting virtually, but we would love to interact face to face with each and every of our child. Okay, so let me fill up the answer and let's move ahead. I'm not very much sure whether it's correct or not. Let's fill it and move ahead. So this is how you to fill all of your correct answers. Once you're done with all your questions, click on finish button. Yes, I have reviewed all the questions. And yes, your worksheet is submitted. So the best part of our platform is the moment you have done your worksheet, you can check your answers parallelly, how much you have performed, how you have performed. Okay, so for that, you need to click on performance button, which is right after worksheet icon. Select your subject, of course, and you can see I have attempted this worksheet just now on third. I can click on view button to see whether my answers are correct or not. So I've attempted two, both are incorrect. Okay, so you can review the correct answer also over here. Correct answer was A, wherein I filled B. The second one was D, I filled A, right? So make sure whenever you are attempting this worksheet or your preparation material, you should be aware of your particular topic. Yes, moving forward, you need to log out and let me stop sharing my screen. This is how you can access your dashboard and you're good to go. If anybody is having any doubt, needed a clarity related to your course, along with the dashboard tool, feel free to drop your questions in the chat box. We'll be happy to answer your each and every query. If not, then show me thumbs up on the screen. We'll be good to move ahead for your demo. Got thumbs up, move ahead first. From Sanjana, from Nitya, what about Angana? Got a thumbs up from Angana. What about Para? Para also. Para is our old student. Hi Para, I would love to see your face. Turn on your camera, please. Chana, hello. Okay. Hey Ahana. Ahana, turn on your camera. Okay, I think they don't have any queries, so we can move ahead for the demo. Over to you, Shama.
Just a second. Okay, I think we are good for the demo. So I'll just share my screen. I'm using the whiteboard today, okay? Because as I told you, I want to focus. Just give me a thumbs up when you can see my whiteboard. So I wanted to begin off. Many of you are my old students. I wanted to do some concepts today, okay? Some concepts which you will need not only in class 8, but class 9, 10, 11, 12, as long as you study physics and chemistry and mathematics. So what I will do today are a few very basic concepts, but these concepts are essential for for your science and mathematics classes also, right? So first of all, in class 8, we will have a clear demarcation of physics, chemistry, and mathematics. A little bit about that. So what is physics? Physics is the study of physical quantities. Okay. So in case of any questions, please, type them in the chat box because today it's a demo class, but in the actual class, as I told you earlier also, you are free to ask questions and all that. But for the demo class, normally you're on mute. So what are the physical quantities? What do I mean by physical quantities? So physical quantities are quantities that we can measure. Okay. So suppose your mother now tells you, go to the market and buy some, say, apples. Okay. If she doesn't tell you whether she wants 1 kilo apples or 5 kilos apple or 5 apples or 2 apples, will you know what to buy? No. So therefore, the numerical value is very important. Numerical value in science and maths, it is called magnitude. Okay. And the other thing that is very important for us whenever we are talking about measurement is unit of measurement. So for any physical quantity, we have two things. We have the magnitude and we have unit of measurement. I tell you, I'm much elder to you. Okay, all of you are you're actually small children in front of me, right? With me. So if I tell you I'm elder to you, will you know how old I am? I tell you my age is 50 years. So here, this 50 is the magnitude. So as I said, magnitude means what? Magnitude means numerical value. And this years is the unit of measurement. Okay. So whenever we are talking about a physical quantity, we have two parts, the magnitude and the unit of measurement. All of you must be 11, 12 years, right? I tell you, I'm pretty fat. You will not understand how fat I am. I tell you, I'm 70 kgs. So then you will know 70 is the magnitude, which is the numerical value, and kgs is the unit of measurement, right? First concept. So, and when all of you are 11, 12 years old, right? As soon as I say I'm 50 years of age, you can immediately calculate how many years I am elder to you. So basically, whenever we measure anything, it gives us a good understanding, so you can clearly understand. And second, it makes comparison easy. So I'm 50 years of age and you're 11 and 12 years of age. So 50 minus 11, immediately you can tell how older I am to you. So it makes comparison of two different things very easy. Okay. So we always prefer in science and maths to measure quantities. Why? When we measure, suppose I say it's very hot today. How hot? How much hot? 30 degree, 25 degree, 40 degree, 50 degree, what? As soon as I say it is 30 degree here today, immediately you'll know that, okay, fine, it's this much hot. Okay. So therefore, whenever we measure something, it gives us a better understanding of that particular quantity, right? So physical quantities in maths, these concepts, whatever I'll do today is, see, as you go up to your senior classes now, there'll be a lot of overlapping. So physics overlaps with chemistry. Physics has a lot of mathematics. Chemistry will have a lot of mathematics in class 9. Biology will have mathematics in class 11 and 12. So between science and maths, there is a lot of overlap. So whatever we are doing today will help you both to strengthen your science concepts and your maths concepts, right? So these are physics is the study of physical quantities. Okay, clear? Everybody is comfortable in English, right? In case any doubts or anything, please drop a chat or raise your hand. I can, ask you. Oh, you're muted. So anyway, now we have three fundamental physical quantities. Yes, I use the whiteboard a lot because I explain things a lot. So we have three fundamental physical quantities. Fundamental means basic. No matter what, these remain the same for a particular object. The first is length, the second is mass, and the third is time. So length, mass, and time are known as the fundamental physical quantities. Everything else, velocity, speed, acceleration, force, we'll have a chapter on force and pressure, energy, power, everything else are known as derived physical quantities. Derived means you can basically calculate them from the fundamental physical quantities using some kind of formula. Okay. Right? So we have two categories, fundamental physical quantities and derived physical quantities. Just tell me if you have to go slow or, just let me know. Okay. So is only physics physical quantities? No. You have a number of physical quantities. For example, mass. In class 8, possibly no. In class 9, you'll calculate the mass of a sodium atom. So then length, mass, and time become equally important in chemistry also. And as I told you, later on, you'll use the same concepts in mathematics and also in biology in class 11 and 12. Okay. So there's a lot of overlap between science and maths, and therefore these are very basic kind of strong concepts you need to have. Now, whenever we talk of quantities, we have two categories of quantities. So we have scalar quantities and we have vector quantities. Now, what is this? Scalar, I'll just show it to here itself. Scalar quantities are those quantities that need only magnitude or that have only magnitude. Let's call that have only magnitude, that have only magnitude. The word magnitude means numerical value. Simpler, it means a number only. Okay. And examples of scalar, you can write if you want. Examples of scalar quantities are, so first of all, distance, you already know this, speed, time, mass, etc. These are all scalar quantities. So I say the distance between my house and my school is, say, my office is 2 kilometers. So that is a scalar quantity. It requires only the, number, numerical value. On the other hand, vector quantities are those quantities that have both magnitude and direction. So the example is displacement. I'll do all of this when I do it in the class, don't worry. Then we have velocity. Then we have weight. Then we have force, acceleration. All of this we will do in the class. All of these are etc., etc. These are all examples of vector quantities. So whenever we do any quantity or anything in physics, I will tell you first whether it's a scalar or a vector. And then, I got some message in the chat window. So first I will, no, the previous one. So I have fever, I'm keeping my video off. Okay, Para is an old student who is doing classes with me from class 6. So I know Para well. So it's okay, Para. Take care and get well soon. This is the change of season happening now. Summer is coming in. So scalar quantities and vector quantities, right? So whenever we do any physical quantity in the class, we will first of all do what the quantity is, what is the formula for it, whether it's a scalar or whether it's a vector. Clear? Understood? Thumbs up? Next. Okay. In India, we use Indian rupees. What is the currency of the student who is in Abu Dhabi? I forgot your name. Abu Dhabi, who is the child in Abu Dhabi? What is the currency that you use in Abu Dhabi? So in USA, it's American dollars. She texted. So yeah, it's me, Sanjana. The currency is AED. AED is, what is the full form of AED? For the information of all. Yeah, AED is dirhams. Okay, great. So suppose today you have to travel to Abu Dhabi, for example, to Sanjana's house. You have to carry dirhams with you. If you have to go to USA, you have to carry American dollars with you. If you take Indian rupees, will it work? The answer is no. So whichever country you go, you have to carry the currency of that particular country. Otherwise, you are in a problem, right? We did not want that to happen for science. So we developed what is called as a system of units. Okay. So we have something called a system of units. So we have 3 systems of units. The first is called the international system, which is also the SI system of units. Okay. So the SI system of unit, this has another name, which is the MKS system. I'll tell you each of this in little bit of details. The second system of units is the CGS system of units. And the third system of unit is the FPS system of unit. Achha. The SI system of unit is used all across the world. So whether you are a student in India, USA, Abu Dhabi, Singapore, Honolulu, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, the SI unit of length all across the globe, universe, planet is meter. So therefore, the study of science becomes 1 meter to me is 1 meter to anybody sitting in Europe, USA, anywhere in the world. So this is like a standard system of units, and that is done to make our lives easy. Okay. So what is the system of units and what is the meaning of it? Okay. So as I said, we have three fundamental units, right? Fundamental physical quantities, length. In the SI system, the unit, in the SI system, the unit of length is meter and is denoted by alphabet small m. I don't know if you can see my screen properly. Is my screen visible properly? Clear? So unit of length is meter. Unit of mass is kilogram, or in short, we write kg. And unit of time is seconds. Okay. In the CGS system, now, so what? M stands for MK system. M is for meter, K is for kilogram, S is for second. In the CGS system, length is given in measured in centimeter, which we write as cm. Mass is measured in gram, gm, and time is measured in second s. So centimeter, gram, second is CGS. Very easy to remember. So it's like the acronym which is used. And in FPS system, length is measured in foot, FT. Mass is measured in pound, LB. And time is second in all. So it is foot, pound, second, FPS. Okay. All across the world, preferably, the SI system is only used. Now, in India, even today, the FPS system is used typically in bakeries. So when you go to order a cake for your birthday, you say a 1 pound cake, 2 pound cake, 5 pound cake, right? So this pound, the system of unit pound for mass, is still typically today used in bakeries for cake, bread, etc. The FPS system was originally known as the British system because it was used basically in United Kingdom or Britain. Okay, so when the British came to India, they brought the FPS system with them. But now all across the world, a standard system, the SI system, is used. So whenever we study any physical quantity, I will tell you what is the SI unit, what is the CGS unit, and what is the FPS unit also. So whenever I teach you any physical quantity, I will tell you what the quantity is, what is the formula, whether it's a scalar or vector, what is the SI unit, CGS, and the FPS unit. Clear? And these concepts, whether you're in class 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, engineering, medicine, physics, chemistry, in your senior, grades, this remains the same all across the world, everywhere. So as I said in the beginning of the demo class, today what we will do will be useful for you as long as you study. This is universal. Okay? Any questions, doubts, please feel free to ask. Anything. Okay? Now, the first, fundamental unit that we will do is the unit of length. You have done all this in your class 7. So length is what? Length is basically, when you measure from one point to another point. In class 8, in class 7, you have done length and time and all that, okay? In class 8, when we do the chapter of force, the first fundamental unit that we will do is distance. So what is distance? Distance is the actual path covered by a body. So when I mean body in physics and chemistry, a body can be a human body, it can be a cat, dog, car, jeep, ball, stone, anything. It is either referred to as body or it is known as an object. Okay. Suppose this is your home. And somewhere here is your school. And this is the road from your home to your school. So every day in the morning, you either you have a carpool or a school bus or a bicycle or whatever, you walk. So you take this road, okay? So and suppose the distance of this road means this distance. It is a curved line. So distance is the actual path traveled. So let's say the distance from your home to your school is, say, 5 kilometers. So 5 kilometers is the entire distance or the length of that curved road. There is another quantity. Acha, first of all, before I go in, acha, I told you, no, whenever I do a quantity, I will tell whether it's a scalar and vector. So distance is a scalar quantity. Okay. And the SI unit of distance is meter. Okay. The SI unit of distance is meter. Clear? So distance is the actual path traveled from the home to your school. Right? I'll just give you 2 minutes. So this is the first kind of concept that we do in class 8 before we go into force. The second concept we will do is displacement. Displacement is the shortest distance from the initial position to the final position. Okay. So basically, displacement is a vector quantity. Vector quantity means it has both direction and, it has both magnitude and direction. So when I say displacement is the shortest distance, this is important, from the starting point to the ending point, and the SI unit of displacement is also meter. Okay. Displacement is a vector quantity, distance is a scalar quantity. Right? Okay. Now, I said displacement is the shortest distance, right? One very important thing in physics. So displacement is always equal to or lesser than distance. Why? Because it is the shortest path, right? It cannot be greater. Okay. So the same picture I'm going up now. So now I tell you, calculate the displacement. So basically what you will do is you will join the home and the school, and this is the shortest path or the shortest distance, and this is equal to the displacement. So the displacement between you, your home and the school is the shortest path or the shortest distance between your home and the school. Okay? Done? Clear? Now let's say I have a circular football ground. So this is a circular path or a circular football ground, okay? This is the center O. I am starting here at the point A. I am walking or cycling or whatever, jogging all across, round in one circle, and I come back to the point A. So, and suppose the radius of this football ground is R. Okay, I'm writing here. So, R is the radius okay. So, A is the starting position. And again, A is also the ending position. So who will tell me in the chat window what is the total distance covered? Anybody? I usually my classes, those who have done my classes earlier, they know they're extremely interactive. Who will tell me in the chat window what is the distance covered? You will tell me, one of you, any of you. All of you should reply. What is the total distance covered? Correct, Para. So the total distance covered is the circumference of the circle, which is 2 pi r. Okay. And what is the displacement? So displacement will be 0. Why? Because the starting position and the ending position are the same. So as I told you, displacement basically is the shortest distance between starting and ending position. So whenever starting position and ending position are same, displacement will be 0. So just write it down like this. If a body comes back to its original position after traversing means a path, its displacement will be 0. Everybody could turn on your cameras. It becomes very, otherwise the classes, the more I get to see you, the more, Para, it's okay, you're sick. Everybody else, I'm just talking to a blank. I can see only Nitya, Sanjana. Shravya, are you there? Shahana, Ahana Bhattacharya. So it really becomes good if it really helps me if I can see your faces, right? I can actually see whether you're understanding or not, possibly also. Okay. So basically, whenever any object or any body comes back to its original position, the displacement is 0. Correct? Okay. Now, why are we doing all this? So the first topic that we will do in physics is the chapter of force. Just give me a minute. I'll just share just tell me if you can see the PPT. Can you see my screen? What do you see? Can you see the PPT? Yeah. So basically, this is a very important chapter of physics, which you'll do in class 9 also, numericals. And this chapter will have numericals also, right? So basically, what is a force? A force, I am sitting on a chair in my house, okay? You come, unless somebody pushes me off this chair, I will not move. So basically, a push and a pull are simple examples of a force. So the simplest force that we know is a push or a pull. And the SI unit of force is called Newton, Newton with a capital N. And now we know scalar and vector. So force is a vector quantity. The SI unit of force is Newton. Okay. Done. A few more important things. Okay. Force What is the formula of force? Force is equal to mass into acceleration. So the unit, the formula of force is mass into acceleration. Now, the next point, what is acceleration? So you see, that's the reason I started off with the physical quantities. Everything leads to another. So I said force is a product of mass into acceleration. What is mass? Anybody? What is mass? What do you mean by mass? Okay. Tell me when you can see my whiteboard. You can see my whiteboard? Mass is the quantity of matter present in an object. The SI unit of mass is kg. It is a scalar quantity. I'm just writing scalar quantity, okay? So this is the definition of mass. Whenever you talk about anything in physics, chemistry, and mathematics, you have to say scalar or vector and what is the SI unit. CGS unit is gram, FPS unit is pound. So mass is the quantity of matter present in an object. Wherever you go in the world, whichever planet you are in, mass of a body is always constant. Does not change, whether you're on Earth, on Moon, on Pluto, on Venus, anywhere. So the mass is a fixed quantity. Okay. Done? Okay. Next. So now what is weight? So weight is the force with which the earth attracts a body towards itself. Weight is a force. Weight is a vector quantity and the SI unit of weight is Newton, not kg. In the correct science and maths, weight is a force and the SI unit is Newton. Many people think that, 1 kg apple means, when you are saying 1 kg of apple, actually you mean 1 kg is the mass of apple. So in science and maths, there's a big difference between weight and mass. But normally when we talk in English language, we use mass and weight almost like, they are the same, but actually they're totally different. So weight is a force. Okay. Lot of things here, small things. And I said all of this, you will need this not only in class 8, but in 9, 10, 11, 12, and after that also. Whether you do whatever, engineering, design, biology, whatever subject, as long as you are with science and maths. Humanities, no, but science and maths, yes. Medicine, whatever. These are the basic concepts of science and maths. Okay. I hope I'm not going very fast, right? Now, I told you that force is equal to mass into acceleration, right? So my next question is, what is acceleration? So first of all, before doing acceleration, we have done distance, we have done displacement. The third physical quantity we will do is speed. Speed is the rate of change of distance. So speed is equal to distance by time. Speed is a scalar quantity. Distance by time, all of you know it. And the SI unit is meter per second. Done? The next quantity that we will do is velocity. So velocity is the rate of change of displacement. So velocity is equal to displacement by time. It is a vector quantity and its SI unit is meter per second. Done? Number 5 is acceleration. Acceleration is the rate of change of velocity. So acceleration, say, let's call acceleration be A. Say the initial, no, first before this, acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity by time. Okay. So normally all across the world, initial velocity is taken as u, final velocity is taken as v, acceleration is taken as a, and time is taken as t. All across the world, this is taken. So acceleration is v minus u by t. These notations, alphabets are used all across the world. They are like standard. Displacement, yes, psi, yes, displacement is always less than and equal to distance, correct. Okay. So why am I telling you about acceleration here? Because I started off by force is equal to mass into acceleration. Okay. So once we know acceleration, so we can conveniently write force is equal to mass into acceleration. Or we write F is equal to M into A. M is the mass and A is the acceleration. Done? No. Let's go back to that slide. Now, what are the effects of force? So what can force do? So number one, force can move a stationary object. Force can, bring suppose there's a moving ball on the ground. If you put your leg on the ball stops. So force can stop a moving object. Force can increase the speed, decrease the speed. It can change the direction of an object. Think of it from the point of a football. So if you kick the football in another direction, you can change the direction. Can anybody give me an example of how force can change the shape and size of an object? Anybody? I want any of you to give me an example of how force can change the shape and size of an object. Anybody? Suppose you take an eraser or a piece of sponge and you press it tightly with your hand. What will happen? The shape and size of that eraser or the sponge will change. Or squeeze anything for making dough. Very good, Sai Chiranjit. Dough is atta that we put for making any kind of dough, correct. So when we squeeze anything or when we press anything tight, we are exerting some force, and that force causes a change in the shape and size of an object. Okay? So basically, see, now you can relate to all of this. So I told you that force is a vector quantity. Vector means it has both magnitude and direction. And then we have two types of forces. Force can be a contact force and a non-contact force. Contact force are forces where you require touch. So force is of two types. First is contact force, and the second is non-contact force. Contact force, suppose you come and push me, that's a contact force. And say gravity is non-contact force. Magnetic force is non-contact force. Non-contact force means they don't need to touch each other. Okay. So there are different kinds. Can you give me an example of any more contact forces? Push, pull, squeezing an object. Any example of non-contact forces? Non-contact forces, as I said, I'm telling you examples of gravitational force, magnetic force. These are examples of non-contact forces. Okay? Okay. Now, sometimes what happens, for this I need the whiteboard. So sometimes what happens, suppose I have a box, okay, lying on the floor. So this is my floor and this is the box, okay? You are standing here, person A is standing here, person B is a fatter person, a big fat person, this is person B, okay? both of you are pushing in opposite direction. Let's say the force exerted by A is 5 Newton and the B is a fatter, stronger person. The force exerted by B is 10 Newton. So we have something known as total force or resultant force or net force. In this case, it will be 10 minus 5 Newton, and the resultant force will act in this direction. So how do I know that? So the resultant force is equal to the addition of forces, the addition of individual forces when the forces act in the same direction. I'll do a lot of cases here. When the forces act in the same direction. So what does this mean? If this is a box, this is 5 Newton, this is 10 Newton. So then the resultant force or the net force will be 15 Newton, and this 15 Newton will act in this direction. Got it? So if the forces are in the same direction, you have to add the forces for getting the resultant. Okay, Nitya, thank you. Done? Now, what happens if the forces are not acting in the same direction? So, when the forces act in opposite direction, the resultant force is the difference of forces. Mane, you have to subtract. So if it's in the opposite direction, you have to subtract. So simple example, this is 15 Newton, this is 5 Newton. So the resultant is 15 minus 5, which is 10 Newton. Got it? And remember, because force is a vector quantity, direction plays a very important role. So same direction you will add, and if it's opposite direction, you will subtract. Okay. Now, I will give you a case. So this is an object. So F1 is 10 Newton, F2 is 15 Newton. This is F3 is 30 Newton. Find the resultant. Do it yourself. Find the resultant of F1, F2, and F3. Try it yourself, everybody. Yes, anybody? What is the resultant? I want the answer in the chat window. Simply being silent will not work. 5 Newton, 5 Newton, correct. So the resultant will be here, it is on this side, it is 10 plus 15. So 30 minus 25 is 5 Newton, and the resultant will act in this direction. Why? Because 30 Newton is the greater force. So which means the direction of the resultant force is the direction of the greater force. Five Newton, right? Those who have given 5 Newton, yes. So important is the direction of the resultant force is usually the direction of the greater force. Whichever force is greater, that side the direction will be. Okay. All of you know the game of tug of war. So there is a rope and there are two teams which pull on both sides. That is actually a concept of resultant force. So the team with the greater resultant force will win the game. Okay. Now, what happens if the resultant force, first let me give you a question. This is an object. F1 is 10 Newton. F2 is 15 Newton. F3 is 5 Newton. F4 is 20 Newton. Calculate the resultant. Do it yourself. Calculate the resultant. Done. So what is the resultant of the force? Yeah, the resultant of the force is 0 Newton. Shabriya, correct. So basically here it is 10 plus 15, which is 25 Newton. And here is 25 Newton. So the resultant is 25 minus 25, 0 Newton. Now the 0 Newton means there is a logic to it. So whenever the resultant is 0, when the resultant force is 0, which means that the object does not move. So which means that the object is stationary. So if the resultant force is 0, what is the, physics or chemistry and maths, all of these are application oriented. So what is the meaning when I say that when the resultant is 0, then what is the meaning of it? So the meaning of it means that the object does not move, the object is stationary. So whenever a body is stationary, which means that stationary means it does not move. So what is the meaning of it? Which means that all the forces acting on the body, the resultant of all the forces acting on the body is zero. Done? All of you, please turn on your cameras. We have 2 more minutes left. I just want to have an interaction with you. How was the class? Could you please turn on your cameras, everybody? See, in the Olympiad classes, turning on camera is compulsory. So you have to be with your cameras on, okay? You're not allowed to switch off the cameras in the middle of the class. Right? Okay, Shravya, great. Chahana, right? Chahana, how was the class? Para? Sai Charanjit, Ahana Bhattacharya. How was the class, everybody? Any questions, any doubts, anything you want to ask? Sai Chiranjit, anything, any doubt? Ahana, can you please turn on your video? Informative. Okay, everybody else? Yeah, for the Olympiad classes, turning on video, see online classes now. If I don't see your faces, I don't even know whether you're understanding or not. Okay. So I am very strict with that. You have to keep your videos on, and our normal classes will be extremely interactive. So every minute I'll be asking you questions and you have to solve questions in the class. It will not be just sitting quietly. It will be it's awfully interactive. Really understandable. Great. Very good. I look forward to all of you coming and joining the classes. Right? So any doubts, anything, we'll stop here for today. Any doubts, anything you want to ask, you can ask me. Or else, thank you so much, all of you. I'm stopping the screen share. I hope the class was informative. And I hope to see all of you in the actual classes when they start. Right? Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. So we can end the class now. Thank you so much. Yes, Shravya, you want to ask anything? Shravya and Sai Charanjit? Thank you. Thank you then. Thank you.